Go. Hello and welcome. Here we are, day 37 of the Feast for the Soul. We only have 3 more days left to finish up our 40-day spiritual practice period. Today, I'm so excited to bring back Pauline Rohdich. She is from Galway, Ireland, and she is my success coach. And she's also a beautiful meditation and mindfulness teacher. She's writing a book. It's actually almost to that point where it would be published soon, called Just Trust. She is also otherwise known as the Mindset Detective. She can figure out what's keeping you from being your best self. So I'm so happy to welcome you, Pauline. Thanks for being here on day 37.
I'm thrilled to be here on day 37, Sarah. I'm still admitting people to the room here as you're speaking. So I might just leave my mouse to one side and immerse myself in this moment. Sarah, again, thank you so much for inviting me back to Feast for the Soul. It is a beautiful concept, and I look forward to being with you again on Wednesday evening at the closing ceremony. So for everybody joining today and watching on the replay, I am so very privileged to share a visualization meditation. It's a little bit hypnotic, given the fact that I am a clinical hypnotherapist, and I'm also a coach for women, as Sarah said. I'm very much about helping people to override their limiting beliefs and tap into the fullest of their potential. So that is my absolute passion. It's taken me many a decade to arrive at where I am today, honoring my soul's purpose. And so I love to help others to do the very same. So will we get going, Sarah, with the actual meditation, or is there anything you'd like me to do? Okay, we've decided that I won't play music because apparently it doesn't translate very well if I play it when Sarah is the lead host, if you like.
Right. No, yeah. I think we're ready for you and taking us on a journey, and I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, let me just grab, excuse me, a tissue just behind my, excuse me. Okay, I suppose I'll give a little bit of background into what we're going to do. Again, I semi-prepare for these things, but I feel very guided most of the time just to go with what is needed. So I trust that everything is going to be you're going to get something out of what I'm sharing with you today, this afternoon here in Ireland, and this morning for you in the United States. So one of the things that is holding us back from tapping into our potential are these hidden subconscious beliefs that we're holding about ourselves. And these beliefs have been created, developed, if you like, since the time we were maybe even in the womb, okay? And we have very little conscious awareness of them, that it's even a program that's running, or that there are patterns. But eventually we kind of get to the stage where we're absolutely fed up with being fed up and, trying different things and getting absolutely nowhere fast. Now, that's not to say that I don't acknowledge or recognize that many of you are already probably very accomplished, very successful in many areas of your life. But the chances are there is one area that is still maybe there's a gap, shall we say. There's a gap, and that you're actually not achieving or accomplishing what you would like to accomplish. So I want to help you to make a quantum leap, meaning that you have the power to tap into hidden potential. You have the power to override limitations, and you have the power to have growth in your life, whether it's relationships, whether it's your health, whether it's finances, whatever area of your life that you choose to excel in. You have the power to do this. But very often we talk ourselves out of it because we may have a history of trying and failing. And I want to say here very quickly that there is no such thing as failure. We're either succeeding or we're learning, okay? Failure is simply feedback. It's teaching us maybe what not to do, or it's also teaching us maybe what we don't want. Because here's another thing. Many of us go after goals that are not even ours. We do things because we think that's what is expected of us. And again, we may have a history of that. So one thing I want to emphasize is, even when I am working with clients, is that we're never about blame, okay? We're not here to blame anybody. That includes the people that raised us, whether it was our carers, our parents, people that we were educated through, etc. We're not here to shame ourselves. I want you to recognize that in any given moment, you have an opportunity to start over. with a blank sheet, an absolute blank sheet that you get to put on this sheet, this new template for your life, a new blueprint for your life. You actually have full autonomy on that. And in actual fact, I invite you very strongly to take the responsibility of that and to rejoice in the fact that you absolutely can create your own life. So with that being said, we are going to enter into a beautiful space and connect with universal intelligence. We are going to commune with the unseen forces. We're going to be using our 5 senses, while our 6th sense is communicating with our creator, God, universe, source, energy, whatever you are comfortable calling it. So we'll begin by just being present. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose, expanding your belly as you inhale and emptying your belly as you exhale through your mouth. Okay, and we'll just do 2 more. Full inhalation and exhalation. And 1 more time. So continuing with your eyes closed now. And just allow yourself to be entering into this moment, becoming aware that in this moment, all is well. I invite you to see this moment as perfect. And in recognizing this very moment as perfect, I'd like you to see yourself, the perfection of you in this moment, the perfection of you that is your essence, that lies beneath the limitations, the false boundaries and barriers that many of us have created around ourselves. If there's anything that we need to doubt, if there's anything that you need to doubt, is to doubt your limitations. Because in truth, you have the power to reach higher, to take quantum leaps in your life. You are already primed for quantum leaps. You may not recognize that. We're all here today, the product of our experiences, the good and the bad. And let's face it, nobody escapes the mixture of good and bad in life. So while we may sometimes compare ourselves to other people who look as though they're further along in terms of their success, whether it's career-wise, relationship-wise, wealth-wise, however we might view that person, first and foremost, making a comparison to another person is really foolhardy. It is depriving us of our creativity, because when we compare, we are not creating. We're often criticizing ourselves. So I want you to become incredibly aware of that fact, recognizing that in our differences, we are the same and we are one. And just right now, for all of us present in this moment, feeling that collective, beautiful energy, feel the perfection of who you are in this perfect moment. And the beautiful thing about living mindfully is that every moment offers us this opportunity to really understand who we are, to reevaluate who we are, to see the power that resides within us, the connection to source, and understanding that we are here in human form, but what we are is so much more than what we can see in the mirror. That reflection of our physical body is only a very small part of who we are. It's about learning to peel back the layers that are effectively smothering the essence of who we are, holding us back from showing up in the world with our unique gifts and talents. I want you to take a moment to reflect on what you have to offer the world. You might be shy about acknowledging this, but there's no time, I believe, to be shy anymore. I believe energy is changing massively in the world. A very strong feminine energy has come to the surface since this year began. Some of you may be already feeling it. We have access to manifesting in higher dimensions, fourth and fifth dimensional and beyond. Obviously, we think we do live in this three-dimensional world, but we have access to other dimensions. And we go there when we meditate, when we tap into the power within, and when we listen to our inner guidance system. And even the fact that we're here together this evening, or that you have been participating in this wonderful feast for your soul over the last 37 days, that there's no accidents. I have no doubt that you have learned something about yourself, that you've experienced maybe some synchronicities, some signpostings that is allowing you to further advance in your life and hopefully making some better choices, more nourishing choices for your soul and for the people and the other souls in your life that will benefit from you showing up. So let's just be with this idea that you have phenomenal potential, that you are a dynamic spiritual being living in a physical body. Consider how well you're taking care of the physical body. This is the vessel that is helping to carry around our spirit, bring us from place to place, allowing us to do the work that we were meant to do, the work that our soul came into this lifetime to do. So if you're not already doing that, or if you're doing it maybe in a small, meek way, I'm encouraging you to come out of hiding and stop being a best kept secret. I also want to suggest that it is a selfish act if we do not move forward with the gifts that we've been given. It is a betrayal to our soul. And I don't know about you, but that is the one thing that I do not want to betray, and that is my soul's purpose. As I've got older, as I have learned to meditate more, and as I have had more practice in meditating and connecting to the soul within, as I've done the inner work over the years, as I have invested myself with amazing teachers on this planet who have helped me to evolve and to grow, it has become clearer and clearer that the work is never about me. And so that immediately makes it easier. So if you feel shy again, if I use that word shy or coy or reserved, and yet inside you know that you'll burst if you don't share what it is that's calling you from within. I've had moments where I thought I would explode or implode. I didn't know where to channel it. I didn't know how to release it, but I continue to ask for guidance. So right now, if that sounds a little bit like you, or if you are ready to move deeper into your work, let us ask the all-important question. How can I help? How can I serve today? And listen now for the answers. How can I help? How can I serve? What am I being called to do? Now listen. Who am I being called to be? And from A Course in Miracles, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom? The answers to these questions are personal to you. You can accept them as being subjective to you. You are being spoken to, guided. You have begun a dialogue with the universe, God, the creator. And there is absolutely no doubt that you will be answered. Do not panic if the answers are not coming to you immediately. This is a practice that you can continue with when you're sweeping the floor, when you're dressing your bed, when you're brushing your teeth. I suggest pausing to look in the mirror. I suggest looking deep into your eyes and looking for that sparkle in your eyes, particularly into your left eye. The left eye is linked to the soul. And as you look through your eyes at yourself in the mirror, make sure you're seeing through your eyes rather than in the third person, that you're actually seeing through your own eyes and just seeing beyond what you see in the mirror, recognizing the beauty within you, the power within you, accepting that you are born for a reason, that you are unique as a snowflake, as unique as a fingerprint. There is no competition when you're being you. So I want you now to think about what you really want in your life. What is your deepest desire? Imagine I had a magic wand and I asked you, if I could grant you one wish, what would you love more than anything else? What is the answer? Notice how, when the answer comes, how it makes you feel. It's really important when we're setting our intentions. Some people call them goals. But when we are setting those intentions and goals, it's important that it's something that you deeply desire. It's nobody else's idea. It's coming from within you. You are being called from within to express who you are, using your gifts and your talents. You can have love, joy, peace, harmony, good health, wealth, success, in whatever success means for you. Fame, fortune, whatever you want. The important part to this is, why do you want it? So I want you to pose that question now. Why do I want what I want? And listen. I want you to consider, what is holding you back? What is holding me back? Ask. I can hazard a guess simply because I have posed this question to many people. Number one, most likely, is fear of judgment, criticism, rejection. And again, this will come from old memories, how we interpreted events in our early life. Also, remember that we are hardwired as humans for negativity. This is something we inherited in our DNA from our caveman ancestors, when it was appropriate to be on the watch, feeling threatened from wild animals and other tribes of people. But we live in different times. There are different types of threats. There is no doubt about that. But we have to override this negativity bias deliberately and consciously, and realize that it's an illusion in many instances, those fears. In terms of manifesting what you want in your life, here's the hard truth. You may want something, just like you've now contemplated from posing that question, what do I really, really want? The reason why, up till now, that you may not have received what it is you truly want is because you are focusing on the absence of it in your life, which means that you are focusing on scarcity and lack. And wherever your attention goes, the energy flows. Remember, you are in constant communication with the universe, with your spoken and unspoken words, which are your thoughts. You understand and know that your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts influence how you feel. Your feeling is simply a word. The word feeling is a word that we have invented to describe the vibration that we are in. Everything is energy. What you desire is on a particular energetic plane. It's on a frequency of vibration. And you and I both need to be on the same frequency of vibration of the thing that we aspire to achieve or have. But when we are focused on lack and the absence of something, and when we are replaying old, outworn ideas from our past, when we are sharing about our woes, our troubles, our health problems, etc., we are lowering our vibration, and therefore we're not a match to make this quantum leap. We must learn to trust in the unseen forces. We must learn that we have to communicate consciously in order to create consciously. In any moment, we are either creating or disintegrating. This is the law of polarity. The law of polarity says that when we live in ignorance, ultimately the end result is disintegration in our lives. When we live with the application of knowledge, we are able to create in our lives. And ignorance simply means not knowing. And one of the things I believe that many people are ignorant of is an ignorance of the power that created us, that the universe is within us and we are part of the universe. So when I understood that, and when I really internalized that, I cried probably several times when I heard that at the beginning. But I want you to really feel that you are God and God is you, and that is not being blasphemous. God is energy, creative energy, growing our fingernails and our hair and the grass and changing the seasons and causing the birds to migrate and all the wonderful things that we sometimes take for granted, but really need to express a great degree of awe in, and therefore feel the awe within ourselves, that you are awesome, powerful. So recognizing this truth, knowing that you are creative, and that's your knowledge. And as you know, knowledge is only potential power. It becomes powerful when we apply it to our lives with understanding. And when we have the understanding of who we are, we're able to live in a place of faith, which is the opposite of living in that place of fear. So instead of having fear of being rejected or criticized or judged, we believe in ourselves. We believe in the creator. We believe in the force that resides within us. And with that faith, we are living in an expression of the spirit within. So we express this well-being as opposed to suppressing anxiety caused by fear, caused by worry, caused by feeling less than, caused by comparing ourselves and holding ourselves back, betraying our soul. And when we continue to express ourselves in this way and we realize that it's not about me, I'm here to serve. I have been given gifts, many gifts I've yet to uncover. Then this accelerates the process. Then we begin to take those quantum leaps, the ones that we deeply desire. And we have a sense of ease. And we're able to relax a little bit more. And we realize that we're not alone in this creative process, that we are co-creating with God, the unseen forces. And this is how we continue to create the life that we want. So we need to stay on this side of the pole, the positive pole, the one that starts with gaining knowledge. We gain knowledge through study through understanding, through application, building up our faith muscles, having trust within, listening to the inner voice, trusting that we are here for good reason, trusting that the setbacks and the challenges and the obstacles are there to help us to grow further, trusting that what's inside of you that's calling you is calling you to bring forth your spirit and to show the world who you are, express yourself. And ultimately to do it from a place of peace and joy and being at ease. So just pausing now, taking it all in, realizing that you have the ability to penetrate those imaginary boundaries, illusory boundaries, and to move beyond those limitations. And understand that you are being guided 24/7. It's just about consciously connecting, consciously creating, being deliberate. And really, this is the essence of mindful living. And then reaping the rewards of your efforts, however you wish to measure that. Let's bring our hands together in prayer position in front of your heart, saying a simple thank you. Thank you for opening your eyes this morning, for breathing, for your heart beating, for being alive, for learning and unlearning and relearning and enjoying it and feeling the enthusiasm rise within you. And it's my favorite word, I think, at this point, enthusiasm. Some of you may already know this, but it comes from the origins of Greek, and theos meaning the God within. So this enthusiasm for life, it's a great measurement, a metric to measure life by, in your joy and your creativity, because the more enthusiastic we are in the morning, the more we are in that vibration of creating the life that we truly want. Holding on to the God within and expressing the God within and without, with our own unique gifts and talents. So place your hands flat against your heart, feeling love and joy within, feeling grateful for everything that's happened in your life to bring you to this moment, and feeling enthusiastic about what is coming into your life. You can slowly open your eyes whenever you're ready. You can even reach your arms overhead if you feel enthusiastic about having a stretch. Oh, I see some blue skies there in the background too. So I want to thank you all. I hope that was helpful and peaceful. And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Pauline. You are the soul cheerleader. SOUL. So, cheering us on to be our best selves. I just really appreciate your, it seems like you're downloading or something.
I really do trust that, quite honestly. I just close my eyes and that's it. I just plug in and whatever comes, it just comes. I'm totally in a place of trust, Sarah, really.
Yeah. And that's one of I think that's your main message, is you are that and you help other people feel that way. Somebody asked a question. What are the two parts of the word enthusiasm?
Oh, yeah. Well, entheos is the word that really is the Greek part, which is the God within. And I'm not quite sure what the I-asm part represents. Somebody might be able to answer that part, but entheos is the origins of the word enthusiasm, the God within. I hope that answers.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. There's a lot of sweet messages in the chat. Thank you for joining us. You can check out Pauline on themindsetdetective.com. I'm going to stop recording and we'll have a conversation.